So this is my part 2 video on how to help progressives get elected, how to know who's running in 2026, in 2028, and there on in. I'm going to show you how to look it up very quickly because we need to know who's running at a state level and a congressional level. And we have to do what everybody did for Zoran Mamdani, help them win. When I say progressive, there's so many labels out there. For me, I'm just talking about those that are running on a progressive platform where they do not take any money from the corporate class, special interests, wealthy donors. They are grassroots, and where their platform is one that Gen Z wants, that most American workers want, getting money out of politics, increasing wages, overturning Citizens United, Medicare for all policy, having tax money, our tax dollars come back to us instead of being hoarded by the wealthy class. And most importantly, vocally and through action, fighting fascism. So that's the term I'm using, progressive candidates. Those are the kind of things they stand for. When I say centrist Democrats, who have all the power right now and are the reason Donald Trump won, I am talking about Democrats who won elections because they were funded by the same donor base that funds MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump. The corporate class, the wealthy class, the special interests. And as a result, they take office and they do the bidding of their corporate class. And working class Americans, independent voters, young voters are not enthusiastic about getting out to vote for them. And that's why we lose elections. That's what I mean by centrist Democrats, okay? Who's a centrist? And final point, this is all for Democratic primary elections, trying to give the boot to as many centrists as possible and increase the number of progressives that we elect. When it comes to the actual election, of course, we're going to vote for the Democrat, no matter who they are, over a Republican. So I asked AI, yes, it requires using AI to our benefit, to compile a list. Please compile a list of congressional and state level candidates, 2026 midterm candidates who self-identify as progressives or are endorsed by Democratic Socialists of America, or by Leaders We Deserve, that's David Hogg's group, or by Run for Something, which is backed by Bernie, or by integrityindex.us, that's Nico's group, is your congressperson a piece of shit? They're going to be endorsing candidates, and Progressive Punch. And it'll spit out this list. There's only one Senate position where somebody is a progressive, and that's Graham Plattner. But all the rest are House seats, and it's broken down by state, okay? And I'm going to keep putting this in here like every month. This list is going to grow and grow and grow. This is for congressional candidates. You can ask AI to do the same for state level races, because we got to change our state makeup as well, because centrist Democrats are doing just as much damage at the state level as they are at a federal level. And it'll generate a list. You can do things like, can you please put this in a Word document for me? And it'll do that. Can you please put it in a TikTok delivery style? And then you can create content. It'll do that for you. So use AI to our advantage. They're out there. One way you can identify a progressive is if somebody's getting beaten up by both Republicans and by Democrats, because I'm going to use Alyssa Slotkin. She won the Senate position in Michigan, and she's been a raging Republican light. Just horrible, my state of Michigan. There was a progressive running against her who was bashed by Republicans, and Republican donors donated to her campaign over the progressive campaign because they'd rather see her win. And corporate Democrat donors helped create hit pieces against the progressive. Democratic donors, big donors, because they want people like Alyssa Slotkin in office. Everybody likes to call them moderates, but that is just psychological warfare. That's just another way of saying, hey, now, people, hey, now, Americans, we don't want you really thinking that you can have more power than you do, to have tax dollars go back to taking care of you than taking care of our profit margins and our 1%. So we're going to throw the term moderate out there. People want moderate. People want moderate. Bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah. So there you go.